the last bit of my evaluation, question 7. For the preliminary task, I've learnt various different things, the main aspect being how to use Final Cut Pro, which is the editing software available for us. I've never used it before, so it gave me really good practice for the main task. I learnt how to find suitable music, including finding them from YouTube, and I learnt from the preliminary task that you had to convert them using the software, which I found whilst doing the preliminary task. I found finding the music the most difficult thing because it's kind of the most important aspect of a horror film, because without music it doesn't seem scary or build suspense for the audience. I learned how to add different effects to the clips, like the blurs, and I learned how to make them either brighter or darker, as most of the clips from our main task were quite dark because the location that we chose to film it in had quite bad lighting because it was under a tunnel. This meant that we had to change the brightness so that it was clearer to see what was in the clip. The best example of this was the clip of the hand. In the original, the blood was not clear to see, but with the brightness added, it is clearer for the audience to see there is blood on the hand. Another example is at the very start, with the hand printing on the wall. I brightened the clip so it was easier to see the colour of the blood. Something which we picked up on from our preliminary task was that the dialogue didn't come out very well, so we took that on board and tried to have minimal dialogue. From the preliminary task to the main one, I feel my skills have improved a lot because, well, I was in the lead of the editing for both the one that did not work and Possession, as well as the preliminary task, so I kind of got 2 practices before the real one. I kind of feel like I spent a little bit too much time editing the last one because, well, I'd seen it so many times it became difficult for me to see what I needed to improve. I think the biggest issue I had was to make the film look like a film opening rather than a trailer. I tried various different sequences of the clips to make it look less like a trailer, but I think we had too many different clips to add in there to make it look like a film opening. One thing which helped to make it look more like a film opening was to change the plot. I did this by adding in a blank screen saying 8 hours earlier to sort of make it look like the whole of it was sort of a flashback. Then it would lead on to show the girl's day and how she became tied up by the girl in the white dress. I made it so the start was a flashback from the girl, and then she wakes up and we have a point of view shot to show her waking up, and then she sees the girl in the white dress, blinks, and then she's gone, which also makes the audience question whether she is really there. We emphasise the girl's panic by using the sound of a heartbeat, and the flashback is emphasised by the flash transition. My favourite part of our opening is the point of view shot. From the feedback we got, this is also the majority of our audience's favourite part. I really like it because I think it shows clearly what we wanted it to show. My least favourite part of our opening is the second screaming part, as it's not a real scream. I would have liked it to be a bit more realistic, but it was really hard to find one that fit. Another issue is the background noise of when Serena is saying, "Please, please help me." We couldn't help the sound of the underground tunnel because it was really noisy, and it was hard to cut it out. Another thing that I would do to improve our film is to ensure that the filming was stable. I used the stabiliser on Final Cut Pro, but it makes it look a little bit jumpy. However, it does kind of give a sense of uncertainty which connotes to the genre of horror. There is a big difference to the unstabilised version to the stabilised version, which is shown here. For the preliminary task, I think that we all worked together really well. And for this task, I think that on our first filming, we all started off working really well. We all agreed on the same idea. However, I feel like for this one, we didn't really split our jobs very well. Me and Fern decided that we would like to produce a new one because we were quite unhappy with the other one. We came up with the idea and soon filmed it after because it was half term and it was a good time when we were both free. If I were to do the project again, I would either have a smaller group so the roles can be distributed more equally and easily, and it'd be easier to communicate, or I do the project alone.